Merry Christmas, ladies and gentlemen. Merry Christmas. Thank you for tuning in to my Christmas message here on the 25th of December. Of course, you may be watching this sometime afterwards, naturally, but on Christmas Day, this is my message to you. Now, I know that some families across the world have tuned into a different family who traditionally give a message, usually about 3 o'clock in England. A family of supposedly great repute, a family who would normally, used to be by the female head of the family and now by the male head of the family, if you like, who claim to have some special status. Of course, I think in recent years, and certainly for me in recent months, have become to realise that actually the status they claim is not the status they have at all. And in fact, although they may have signed things, taken certain oaths, I don't think that they are who they say they are. But anyway, less of that said. They may appear on your televisions if you are still indoctrinated by owning such evil devices. The devices in and of themselves, of course, are not evil. It's just that they program you to submit to their way of thinking, their doctrine. And this has been going on for a long, long time. But that is not the case of my message. That's not what I want to relate to you, my wonderful viewers, who many of you have been dedicated to me for a long time. And of that, I thank you so much. It's been wonderful. I, of course, naturally thank you for your amazing donations that have helped keep the channel afloat, and your emails, your messages, your comments. They've been hugely received with humility. And I am amazed that people want to listen to the diatribe that comes out of my gob. However, it has been an amazing year these last 12 months, in which I, like so many people, have gone down many different rabbit holes and have been diverted from what is reality to what isn't reality, and diverted from what isn't reality to what I think is reality. And we're all trying to get a grip on what is actually going on. Of course, we've seen a year in which those that wish to govern us, those that think they have the power to govern us, those that intimidate and pass policies in large old-fashioned buildings, we've seen them pass more of their laws and legislations, have we not? Which, of course, has only gone to emphasise how much that they are against us, that they do not like us, they are there to penalise us. We've seen them collecting income from the most vulnerable. To them, I suppose this is them gathering the fruit, the lowest hanging fruit, the easiest to get. People who step out their front door, for example, and are suddenly approached by council officials who claim that they have the authority to take £100 off them. We've seen how the laws in this land, or the legalisation of this land, has been bent so that we are continually found to be guilty instead of innocent until proven guilty. We have seen how over the last 3 years, certain medical interventions, overreach, has been pushed upon people. People have been dumbed down so much. They may not think they've been dumbed down, but they have been persuaded very heavily by very clever people in dark rooms with dark minds and dark forces to do things which people perhaps are slowly beginning to awaken that they wished they never did. And we will continue to see a little bit more of this in the future, but not for long. So my message on Christmas Day is a positive message. We've survived this year. Many times in this year, I thought, I was under the illusion, messages had come in, that there was going to be some, frankly, quite grim events. I think things have been going on behind the scenes. We've gone through a period of, like a phony war. Something is going on, but we haven't seen it. It doesn't appear as if there is a war going on, apart from, of course, these fake wars that have been pushed overseas, which, to be honest with you, I have taken no interest in, for what can I do? But I can do something about my reality and about the reality of my future, and I think that you can do the same. We can all do. One of the things that I have learnt and has crystallized in my mind over the past 12 months is our spirituality. The fact that we are indeed unnamed spirits in a body of flesh and blood. And that although at birth our parents gave us a name, a given name, a Christian name, and gave title away to a bond that has been floated on the stock market, and that certain people have been able to make huge amounts of money from our energy, the fact that we are forced, enslaved to go to work and pay taxes, and they have reaped the rewards of that, unbeknown to us, of course. But at the end of the day, we are still spiritual beings who are unrelated in many ways to this physical 2D world. We have a body and we peer through our eyes and we witness the theatre of this world. And those dark forces that have entrapped us and enslaved us may be making money from us. But their time, I'm pleased to say, is running out rapidly. We are led to believe that we are heading for a rather grim future for humans. We are led to believe that we are going to be corralled and placed into 15-minute prisons, in which apparently all the things that we require will be met, and that we will be happy for we will own nothing. Well, we own nothing anyway. Everything is but vibration. Everything is a mirage, a hologram. Many people, scientists, are now beginning to understand the nature, the true nature of the universe. And while we live in this 3D world at the moment, and many of us are ascending to a much more spiritual 5D world in which we will find different ways of living and doing things, while many of us are still stuck in this 3D world, it is still but an illusion. And we can easily be trapped into that if we follow what these dark forces try to persuade us is going on. So going into the future and 2024, it's going to be, I think, a very turbulent time, but a very promising and positive time. And what we need to do is not get so distracted and involved in those things that are appearing to happen. The earth itself is going through a rather special period. It is, in fact, creating a new world. The old world is going to disappear. Both the planet and ourselves are ascending to something new and special. And if we hold on to that, we will go with it. We won't be left behind. I do fear that many will be left behind because they're clinging to the old world, to the enslavement, and believing everything that's being told to them. But I think the new world, if we get on the correct bus and we hold our hearts dear and we are kind and we are benevolent and we are philanthropic and we do everything with love and goodness, we will survive. So there is going to be a lot happening. Now, it may be wise to prepare, perhaps have some food in storage, perhaps collect water, for things might get a bit tough. There are going to be some sun flares and things happening in the stratosphere that may affect us. We may have outages, we may have power cuts, and we may find that the internet goes down. I would say that we need more than ever to be less reliant on the internet, which is a bit of an oxymoron for me to say, seeing as I put all my content onto the internet, but it's true. I think we need to be less reliant on the digital world and more reliant on ourselves and our physical world and our spiritual world. We need to see one another in real life. Now, it may be fake events will happen, and we may be told by authoritative figures that we have to stay inside, or for the benefit of ourselves, that we must stay isolated and we mustn't go out and things like that. But we must be brave, for we need each other and we need to be able to hold hands, we need to be able to hug, and we need to be close. We need to reconnect those social structures that we had in the past. We know that we need to be responsible for our own actions, that we need now to turn away from highly processed foods, that we need, in fact, to be cautious about the monetary system, for that is how we have been enslaved, and that we need to do good things and help one another more than ever without thought of reward. For this world is changing. And it's changing for the better, but it's going to be turbulent and things are going to happen which may frighten us, but we need to hold on to our inner core. One of the best things that we can do in order to turn things around and to improve our situation is, of course, to visualize and concentrate on the things that we want in life, the friendships, the love, the lifestyle, the things that really matter to us. I'm not talking about concentrating on trinkets of new cars and flash this and on all of that. I'm talking about concentrating on the absolute important things that are genuinely there that make you happy, the things that you want. Concentrate on that as if it has happened already, as if you already have that. The sunsets, the holding of the hands, the being with your family, being safe, having your own fresh, organic, locally produced food. Things that really matter. Focus on those. Keep yourself positive. Repeat mantras, if you like, whatever it takes. And do not get distracted by those in the mainstream media who are telling you narratives and stories and lies which suit their agenda. Have nothing to do with that. Pull away. Concentrate on your inner self. Listen to yourself. Have moments of silence and be at one with the universe. For as the universe is changing, it is changing you, it is changing the planet for the best. Yes, we will see more of the infringement of our freedoms. We will see more people being targeted. Yes, there'll be stories of unfairness and tyrannical policies. But the reason that that is all happening, I believe, is because their time, the perpetrators in all of this, is up. They are panicking and they have been throwing their toys out of the pram, trying to convince us that there is worse to come. And while it may be turbulent, I don't think there is worse to come. I think that over the next 12 months, this time next year, we will see the fog clearing like it has never cleared before. We will see more sunlight, more beautiful scenery. We will have the hope for our children. Now, I know that out there, as you go about your business, you will see a lot of people who have no notion of what is happening. They have no notion of what you and I do know. But that's okay, because I think there will be, over the next 12 months, a huge awakening. Truth will leak out like never before. People won't know the whole story. People are already waking up to certain things that they realize are not right. People will be understanding that these politicians perhaps are not working in their favor. They will want none of the above. A new future is dawning and it's going to be great. But to get there, it's a bumpy road. Hold on. Be positive. Think constructively. Visualize your future as you want it, and it will come to pass. I know this all might sound poppycock, and I know people will email me and say, "Oh, Richard, you're talking absolute rubbish." But those that know, know. This is going to be okay. So have a very Merry Christmas. I hope you have a wonderful time. Enjoy yourself. Don't watch too much television. Spend time with your family. Go out, laugh, cheer, sing, dance. Reconnect with this amazing and incredible world, this wonderful planet that we are on, and it will look after you. Thank you very much.